There's 3 body whys. Number 1, your diet. What is your intake? And whenever I talk about diet, this is not just the food you eat. It's the information you intake. It's what are you watching on social media? Who are you hanging out with? What are they telling you? Your diet is a lot more than just what you eat. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Number 2, exercise. So this is your intake. This is your output, right? You breathe in, you breathe out. Everything is intake and output in your life, right? If you're in a relationship, it's a give and receive, right? You want to give to that other person, but there's not an expectation of receiving back, but that's what builds a good relationship, right? If you just give, and you don't have a well that you're supplying yourself from, which we'll get in spirituality, it's really hard for you to continue to give. So your exercise is your exertation, giving back, pushing yourself. And then the third one, which none of us like talking about, is sleep. If you look at it on average, if you get 7 hours of sleep, this is the most time-consuming activity that you will have in your life, is sleep. So taking care of your sleep matters. Well, let's look at our diet. Maybe you're like, well, I just want to diet so I can lose weight, right? Well, there's more reasons than that to diet. Why does what we eat matter? A balanced diet supplies the fuel your body needs to work effectively. Without balanced nutrition, your body is more prone to illness such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Eating a variety of food and consuming less salt, sugars, and saturated fats are essential to ensure your body functions at its best. I know that whenever we talk about diet, so many times it's like, well, I just want a diet to look better. No. Dude, what you put in your body is literally going to affect how long you live. It's going to affect everything from a physical perspective. And today it's so hard with fast food, fast pace, right? Speed. It is so hard to actually concentrate on taking care of ourselves. And so if you didn't have a reason before to diet, diabetes, cancer, heart disease. The other thing that they don't talk about in here is if you had too many saturated fats, it's going to raise your blood pressure, which there's a lot of research coming out whenever it comes to Alzheimer's, dementia. High blood pressure contributes to the long-lasting effects on your mental, your cognitive storage in your brain. So taking care of yourself, dieting correctly matters because what you input into your life is going to affect what you can put out there. Whenever it comes to social media, if you're sitting there just watching content all the time that is giving you FOMO or fear of missing out, you're setting yourself up to be stressed out. You're setting yourself up not to feel good enough. If you have friends that are constantly speaking negative in your life, they're constantly telling you that you can't do what you want to accomplish. They're constantly telling you that, well, it's okay to just keep on drinking. It's okay to just stay where you're at. You're dieting with those people. I quit alcohol back in, it's been almost a year now. I didn't do it because I was a raging alcoholic. I did it because whenever I got ready for a podcast, I went and did a lot of research on it, and I couldn't find one scientific benefit that I couldn't find somewhere else. It's literally a poison. It's a neurotoxin. Whenever it comes to weed, right? I have no problem with people drinking or smoking weed, but you got to recognize the fact that the weed that we're smoking today has a lot of chemicals in it. It's a lot more potent than what we used to. And so how much you partake of that is going to affect what you're going to be able to output. The question you got to ask yourself is, do I want to maximize my life? Do I actually want to achieve my maximum potential? Do I want to live as long as I can? And if those are things that you want to do, watching your diet matters. This is why your diet matters. It adds to your longevity. Because unless you get your diet right, whenever it comes to exercise, you're not going to be able to output correctly. A lot of people cheat the system, right? A lot of people go take steroids, or they'll go take the skinny shot that's out now. And it's not my place to say whether or not to do those things, but there is a way for you to do this the right way so that it prepares you for your output. Well, why should we exercise? It prevents heart attacks. You strengthen your heart, diabetes, cancer. And to top things off, moving the body seems to help the brain, right? The brain that is connected to your go center, to your conscious mind. A healthy mind and a healthy body Exercise matters. You got to push yourself. Skeletal muscle is the single most important thing. And skeletal muscle is built by slow, progressive movements. It's not, going to the gym for 3 days and then saying, all right, well, I'm good. No, it's slow, progressive movements. The reason I'm in a tank top is because I went and worked out right before this. You know what? I struggle with sticking to a regular workout routine like every single day, but I prioritize it. If I've got a chance at lunch or if I'm going to meet a client, I try to prioritize those meetings around fitness because I understand how much it matters. Studies have found that exercise to reduce the symptoms of depression, and it changes the brain in ways that are similar to an antidepressant medication. That SSRI we were talking about earlier, working out can actually help you become less depressed. In old age, physical activity may delay the slide of cognitive decline into dementia, and even once that process is started, exercise can improve certain aspects of thinking. That's by Health Harvard. So exercise can actually help. So let's say like you're on a path of being unhealthy. You're on a path where you're like, well, there's no return, or the doctors have told you there's nothing else you can do. Go diet. Go seek knowledge. Go look for solutions. Don't allow these mental barriers or what people are telling you to hold you back. Like, God created us very uniquely and wonderfully, and He has a plan for your life. But a lot of it is going to require action from you. So that's why exercise matters. It's not just about looking buff. It's not just about looking good in a bikini. It's not just good. It's not about those. Those are byproducts, right? So many times, we're supposed to enjoy the fruits of our labor, but we can't get stuck just laboring for the fruits all the time. You got to do it for what's in here. You got to do it for your why. You got to do it for your long-term purpose. Because if you just do it to look good, you're only going to look so good. I promise you. It's temporary. Do it because it'll allow you to live out your purpose, and it'll allow you to make an impact on the kingdom for many more years than if you just mistreat your body. So exercise is so important. Well, the last one is, why should we care about our sleep, right? So you've got intake, output, rest. You have to allow your body to recover. Same thing as like working out. You shouldn't work out the same muscle back to back to back to back days. You have to allow your body to recover. So why should we care about our sleep? It affects our heart and circulatory system, hormones, respiratory and immune system, metabolism, thinking, and memory. It affects everything. Sleep plays a vital role in good health and well-being throughout your life. The way you feel while you are awake depends in part on what happens while you are sleeping. During sleep, your body is working to support healthy brain function and maintain your physical health. That's the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. The other thing that I want to go back to whenever it comes to your mental health, dude, if you're not taking care of your mental health, you're not going to sleep well. If you're not taking care of your anxiety, you're not going to sleep well. If you're not dieting correctly and exercising, you're not going to sleep well. Everything has to be balanced. This is why your body matters. And it's easy to fall into the trap of like, well, I'll sleep when I die, or I'll do this when I die. No, take care of yourself. If you wanted to do something really interesting, start a dream journal. You would be shocked whenever you start that journal how many insecurities come to the surface. And also how many things you can kind of predict in your life that are going to happen if you keep on the path you're going. It's like a warning system. It's your unconscious mind talking to your subconscious, which your conscious is still slightly aware of if you bring it into it by journaling it out. Super fascinating. So again, your mental health is important. Break through those mental barriers. Your body is important. Your physical health is important. Make sure you're dieting correctly. Make sure you're exercising. Make sure that you're sleeping and allowing your body to rest. Because all of this ties into a bigger picture, okay?